Hi everyone, it's Kevin Mitchell with Liberty Bugle Town Hall. Came across this clip the other day and thought it was very interesting the way it was presented. It's by CNN and they're covering the Arizona governor race between Kari Lake and Katie Hobbs, and that was very interesting the way they put it together. Uh, I'm I'm not sure if this is part of their move to the center, but they seem to give conflicting ideas of, is it supporting Lake or is it supporting Hobbs? In their speech, it sounds like they support Hobbs, but in the video piece, it looks like they're supporting Lake. So what I wanted to do today is just kind of run through that and let you take a look at the full video, and then we'll come back and discuss it a little bit. So I just think it's interesting.
A typical campaign stop for Kari Lake, Republican nominee for Arizona governor.
Nobody called the fire department because I think we might be breaking a few codes.
The former TV anchor headlines raucous events for a base sparked by spectacle.
Thanks, everyone. I am Katie Hobbs.
Democratic nominee Katie Hobbs
2, 3. Perfect.
strikes a more subdued and conventional path, hosting grassroots gatherings emphasizing issues such as defending democracy.
Democracy is on the line. Thanks so much for having me today.
A sharp contrast in styles, serious against sensational.
From the very first day she got in the race, Kari Lake had a movement. So I personally, in a gubernatorial race in Arizona, I've never seen anything like this before.
So I thought it was pretty good. My initial reaction when I saw it was, "Oh, listen to them. They're trying to cover for Katie Hobbs," and I don't know that that was the case. So let's run through it right now. We'll give a little commentary on it and see where we end up.
A typical campaign stop for Kari Lake, Republican nominee for Arizona governor.
Nobody called the fire department because I think we might be breaking a few codes.
So that's pretty true. Those are her events. They are raucous. I think it's funny that they use that term. I think they're kind of trying to be negative with it, but they're raucous. They're lively. People are involved. As you can see, there's a ton of people out here to see Kari Lake, and I think it's because they just have a great feeling that she's going to really perform well as the governor of Arizona.
The former TV anchor headlines raucous events for a base sparked by spectacle.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay. Now, they continued with that a little bit. Well, let's look at Katie Hobbs. And it's interesting. Listen to how they describe it. They use words that can be used as negatives toward Kari Lake, but now they talk about being serious, conventional in how that she campaigns. But look at the crowds that are there, and just the lack of energy, not only from the crowds, but from Katie Hobbs herself.
I'm Katie Hobbs.
Democratic nominee Katie Hobbs
2, 3. Perfect.
strikes a more subdued and conventional path, hosting grassroots gatherings emphasizing issues such as defending democracy.
Democracy is on the line. Thanks so much for having me today.
A sharp.
You know, couple things there. When you're speaking to a big auditorium and you've got probably 10 people there, it's not a very favorable shot for the candidate. And so that's why I'm thinking they're probably a little bit against either Katie Hobbs, or they're actually giving a fair portrayal of what's going on in the campaigns for Arizona governor. But interesting. And then the last thing that she said, which just continues to bother me, that all the Democrats are saying is that democracy is on the line, and they're the defenders of democracy, just makes me crazy. It makes no sense whatsoever. Here we are having an election which is about democracy, And yet they feel that the only way that the democracy can survive is if they win. Isn't that interesting? So let's finish this up.
Contrast in styles, serious against sensational.
From the very first day she got in the race, Kari Lake had a movement. So I personally, in a gubernatorial race in Arizona, I've never seen anything like this before.
So, and then the last bit that they said was serious versus sensational, which seems to imply that Katie Hobbs is the more serious candidate, which doesn't seem to align with the people that are showing up for the rallies. So we'll see what happens here in a couple weeks. But I think what really is going on now is we're going to transform from the raucous Kari Lake to the real Kari Lake, and it'll be exciting to see what she can do as governor of Arizona. Thanks very much, and have a great week.